My GF got kissed by a guy at a club/restaurant and I don't know how to move forward. Okay, so this one's a long one, so let's go. My GF, F22, and I, am 22, have been dating for a few years now, and she has never been a club person, party person, nothing of the sort. Recently she has reconnected with a friend. This friend is also around our age, but her friend sleeps around a lot and drinks a lot, and I find her to be a bad influence on my GF. So my GF has been going out a lot more, and well, I'm not someone who has a lot of money. My GF's friend, she gets her dinners paid by rich men. I'm talking 5-star $300 steaks meals. So my GF has been going out with her to dinners, and she's gone to a few clubs now for the first time, strip clubs, and nothing is honestly wrong with going out, but this is new. Well, a few days ago she went out with her two GFs, one being the friend she reconnected with. The friend and the other person were making out with two random guys. My GF told me she felt uncomfortable and awkward and walked away to maybe find a table to make some new friends. She ended up sitting at this table with two guys. They talked for a while, she told me, and one of the guys leaned in, and my GF said she froze up, and the guy kissed her, and my GF said no, stood up, and walked away crying. The next day she told me. We talked a bit about it, but honestly I was just at a loss for words, so I didn't say much. I'm not really a fan of her going out to these clubs, and my fear was that something like this would happen, and it happened even if she wasn't the one to initiate it. I ended up asking her if she attempted to pull away at all, or why she didn't put her hand in front of his face, and if she saw this kiss coming from a mile away, or if it was super random to the point where she didn't see it coming. This got her furious, mad, to the point where she was saying I was giving a terrible response. She was a victim in this and was violated in this moment, and I'm asking if she tried to pull away. Before I brought the pull away question up, I did say I'm sorry that happened to you, and I appreciated she told me pretty much right away. But I felt I could ask more questions. So the script was somehow flipped on me, and she blew up at me, saying I'm being a robot by not understanding the situation, not supporting her during this time. What is the best way to move forward? Top comments. Commenter. If your girlfriend is effectively going on expensive dates with her friend, then there are several issues here. She is being naive at a minimum. Her being kissed without her consent is not okay. Freeze is probably the common response for many people when faced with a flight or fight situation, which is why enthusiastic consent is critical for intimacy. I would tell her that you have thought about it and you understand her not pulling away when he kissed her, as that was not something in her control. But tell her you are not okay with her going on meetups with her friend and other single guys. It's clear these people are only treating her friend in order to hook up, and her attending without you makes her complicit. Ask her if you can be included going forward in these meetings and see how much she and her friend backtrack. Commenter 2. If your girlfriend's friend is slowly turning her into a sex worker, this is probably something you're going to want to stay far away from. You can explain to her that rich guys don't buy $500 meals for 22-year-old women just to be nice, and that as long as she hangs in this world, she's going to be inching closer and closer to some pretty compromising positions. But if this is the life she's going to choose for herself, there may be no room for you in it. Commenter 3. It 100% seems like sex trafficking. Her friend is an escort and is trying to recruit the GF. This is how it starts. It's all fun and games at first, and it usually is a female who has been sucked into that world that recruits new girls. Sometimes an old friend, sometimes a new one. Maybe it's for money, maybe she's being threatened, who knows, but this is not good. I think OP's girlfriend might be in legit danger. OP, apologize to your GF for interrogating her. Men have no idea how terrifying men can be for women, and for good reason. When we go out, meeting the wrong man could be literally the end for us. It's good she got out of there alive and well. And talk to her about the danger she might be in. If you're worried about your GF potentially cheating, then you are worried about the wrong thing. Commenter 4. I can see both sides here. Her friends do sound like dangerous influences. I am not the type to say people shouldn't be allowed to go to clubs while in a relationship. I think it's untrusting and insecure to not be comfortable with it. However, the club scene is sure as hell what you make of it. Go there to dance with your friends, have drinks, listen to music? All good. Go there to one night stand, all your friends are there to link up, meet people? Probably not the best crowd to be rolling with. Also, doesn't help when her social circle are practically escort/sugar daddy vibes. These men aren't buying her friends $300 steaks for no reason. I am going to give her the benefit of the doubt and trust her story. Didn't know what she was getting herself into, new territory/environment and social dynamics for her too. Someone made an unwanted advance on her that she wasn't comfortable with. Did in fact feel violated. Probably something you should have approached delicately instead of accusatory. But what's done is done. Maybe this is time to diffuse tensions and have some honest conversations. Hey, I don't want to stop you from going to the clubs. I want you to enjoy your social life and have fun. I am sorry for jumping to conclusions. I know you were overwhelmed. I am overwhelmed in my own ways. It hasn't been easy to adjust to the changes. This is a shift of behavior from you, and it's obviously raised concerns for me. You recently started to go to the club with single and ready-to-mingle friends. Friends who are hanging out with guys who are clearly buying their attention. Who go to the clubs specifically for male attention. If they were going to the clubs just to dance and have fun amongst themselves, I wouldn't be on edge so much. But to hear your friends messing around with randoms? Then you choosing to sit with randoms and a kiss happens. I am sorry for not siding with you to start with, but you also have to understand how this looks from my end. How am I supposed to interpret all this? It's not an easy situation to understand on my end either. Imagine if I started going to the clubs with all my boys who are only there to hook up with women, and I decide to sit with some women, chat with them, then something happens where a woman kisses me. You would struggle with that too. It would set off alarm bells. I am sorry I didn't support you in the moment, but I don't think my response was completely out of pocket. You would be on edge and questioning things yourself. Maybe it's for the best if we tone down going out with these friends. If these friends are going to the clubs just to find men to sleep with, I am going to struggle to be comfortable with that. It's my honest feeling. I rather you go to the clubs with friends who are there to just party amongst themselves. Drink and dance together, have fun that way. But here, you are practically acting as wing woman to these friends. I don't think you would be accepting of me acting as a wingman to my friends. Perhaps it would be best if we didn't do that type of stuff to ourselves. I understand you felt violated and I should have been supportive of that. I dropped the ball there. But I think we need to start sorting this out in order to understand each other better instead of fighting with each other. I screwed up for making accusations and not taking your side. But the recent changes have been inducing a lot of worry out of me as well. Commenter 5. I don't hate this, but I would personally leave out anything about the "how would you feel in my situation." Logic doesn't apply when emotions are involved, and it will only upset her more. Trying to justify the upset in that way will be taken as more accusation, this time about her perceived response, which we don't know because it's not her in the situation. We can guess, but we can't know. A better, less wordy way to phrase this follows a set of steps that I really like. State the facts. What you saw. This has to be only physical or verbal things that you can see or hear. When you told me about feeling uncomfortable, sitting down with two random guys, and one of them kissing you. 2. State how it made you feel. I felt like you is not a feeling. State the actual emotion. I felt upset/angry/rejected/sad/afraid because I don't like the idea of another man kissing you. 3. State what you made up about it. This is the story in your head that your brain immediately went to. There is no proof, it's all conjecture and assumptions. My immediate reaction was to make up a version of events in which you didn't try and pull away/liked it/gave some indication that's what you were looking for. I think this happened because I wouldn't just randomly kiss a girl I don't know at a club, so I couldn't see why he would either. 4. State your understanding of her feelings. Then validate them. With some time to reflect, I realize how violated you felt, and you were coming to me for support, which I know took a lot of courage. Telling me about it couldn't have been easy. 5. Apologize if necessary. I'm sorry that my immediate reaction was to question the story accusingly. I know that doing that will make it harder for you to come to me for support in the future, and that is the last thing I want. 6. Propose a change/solution. In the future, it would mean a lot to me if you could pull back on going out with these friends. I fully support that you have a social life and don't mind you going out to the club, but I think these girls are looking for different ideas of fun than you are, and they are going to continue to put you in situations like this. Maybe we can do insert activity here and try to see if we can meet more like-minded friends that way, and then only go out with insert bad influences name here when you have me or another committed friend going too. This comes across more loving, supportive, and says the same thing. Without continuing on for so long, they start to tune you out, think you're backpedaling, or just trying to continue accusing but more subtly this time. It takes accountability for how the initial response was inappropriate without sacrificing the ability to state your feelings, thoughts, or what you would like to see happen differently.